What's up, guys? Welcome to NND TV. Canes all day. If you're rocking with you, then you know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button so you never miss out on a video. And big shout out to the Kane Gang, the members of the channel who go above and beyond to support the channel. If you too want to be a part of the Kane Gang, click the link in the pinned comments. Join the YouTube membership. Get exclusive content, members only podcasts, extra videos, and things like that. And today I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that yes, Miami lost. But if you're going to lose, this may be the perfect loss for our Miami Hurricanes. Now, before I dive into this video and give my opinion on this subject, I want to say, one, this video is meant for people who are looking at this total picture. This is for people who they may be pissed about losing, but they're trying to move on. Now, I understand there are still some people who can't stop thinking about losing the game. They want everybody fired. Nothing I say will be right. Nothing I say will make you happy. Then this may not be the video for you. Now, I also want to say my opinion on this Miami Hurricane team is this. The offense can be special. At times it's special. Sometimes it's not. But it can beat most teams in America. This defense is not good. They can't tackle consistently. They are confused They are confused a lot. And somebody asked me if this defense was fixable. I don't think it is. Now, if Miami is going to win the ACC championship, win the national championship, go deep into the playoffs, the defense is going to have to start forcing turnovers because I don't think they can consistently make tackles, consistently do their job. They're going to have to start forcing lucky-ass turnovers. And then the offense, they're just going to have to be a little bit more consistent at being special because we know they're special. And if they get that consistent speciality, then I don't think anybody can stop this offense. Yesterday, offense, they were not consistent. Drop passes, misreads, a lot of different things. Now, I believe the loss to Georgia Tech, if you're going to lose a game, yesterday was the perfect loss. And I say that because, one, Miami, and I said this yesterday, Miami has been playing with fire. I mean, we've had heart attack after heart attack, blood pressure rising every game. The stove is hot, we put our hand on it. It don't burn us. The stove is hot, we put our hand on it. It don't do it. But then yesterday, we put our hand on the stove, and Georgia Tech burnt that bitch off. Now, the question is, we know our hand is burnt. But what are we going to do about it? Are we going to say, okay, that's never going to happen again? Or are we going to learn from our mistakes? That is the question. Now, I say this is the perfect loss in this situation because next week is a bye for the Miami Hurricanes. Our Miami Hurricanes. Which means going into a bye, you didn't just go in. You got a lot to work on. Like, if you look at the game film, Cam Ward, Heisman contender, he has a lot to work on. Running backs, they have a lot to work on. O-linemen, defense, y'all got a whole lot to work on. Special teams, coaches, everybody. There should be nobody happy. There should be nobody who thinks their shit don't stink. There should be nobody who isn't putting in extra work after what happened yesterday. So not only that, you got a bye week to talk about it. Because I'm telling you, it's human nature. It is human nature for people to say, don't do this, this will happen. Don't forget to turn your water off before you go on vacation. Or when you get back, a pipe could bust and your house could get drowned. People say, that ain't going to happen to me. That ain't going to happen to me. And then it does happen to you. That's what happened to this Miami team. People, every week they said, we got to be 1-0. We got to do this, this, and this. And we didn't do it to the level that we should have, but we still got the victory. And yesterday we didn't. So going into the bye week, we got a lot to learn. And we get to see, as a fan base, how these players will react after getting punched in the mouth. And if they come out and handle business versus Wake Forest, that will tell us a lot about our team, right? The first half should tell us a lot about this team. Now, the second thing is we're in the playoff era, guys. We're in the playoff era, which means we're still alive to achieve our goals. I'm actually hearing people out there say, well, if we make it to the playoffs, we're going to get blown out. What? You mean to tell me that you're afraid to make it to the playoffs because you think we're going to get blown out? You mean to tell me you don't want on our resume a team that like Miami Hurricanes that made it to the playoffs? I'll tell you one thing. I want us to win bowl games. I want us to make it to the playoffs. Win or lose, I'm tired of seeing these Miami's never won the ACC. I'm tired of seeing Miami's never gone to the playoffs. I'm tired of seeing all these stats pop up when we play games. And people act like the only way it's a good season is if you win the national championship. That's not how it works. You got to take steps. If we make it to the playoffs, I'll be one happy man. Because coming into this year, some people didn't even think we'd make the playoffs. Hell, people are acting like, we lose a game. I'm hearing people say, I told you, Miami. You told us what? You told us Miami wasn't going to go undefeated? I mean, what was the gambling odds on that? There's not going to be a lot of teams that go undefeated. Miami's not going to go. All right, I want to make sure I'm staying on the same page here. So our goals are in front of us, right? Now, what I'm about to say, it doesn't mean shit if the team doesn't do what I talked about at first, and that's bounce back from adversity. If they don't bounce back from adversity versus Wake Forest or Syracuse, the rest of this video don't even matter. But I think they will. You handle business against Wake Forest. You handle business against Syracuse, who just lost to Boston College. And you're in the ACC championship game. Oh, well, Miami. Oh, I don't want to play SMU in the ACC championship game because they got Rhett Lashley. They got an offense. So we don't want to go to the ACC championship game now. We that good now. We that good now to where we last year we won 7 damn games, and now people don't want to go to the ACC championship and at least step into the ring. I think we can beat anybody long as we got 1-7, the offense that we got. I'm not going to sound confident again on our defense. But to act like getting to the ACC championship game is not an accomplishment is wrong. Because if it wasn't an accomplishment, Miami would have been there multiple times throughout the years. So, what has to happen now is Miami has to take care of business. And if they do that, they would be in the ACC championship game. Right now, SMU is 1, and then Miami and Clemson is tied. Last night, Virginia beat Pittsburgh, which gave Pittsburgh another loss. So if it comes down to Miami and Clemson, the tiebreaker would be Louisville. Miami beat Louisville. Louisville beat Clemson, which means Miami versus SMU right now in the in the ACC championship. And look, I could see a way where Boston College could beat SMU. The way they run the ball, the way they're going to try to hold the clock, I can see that upset happening. We'll see if it does. But right now it looks like it could be Miami versus SMU, and that would be a hell of a matchup. There would be a lot of storylines there. Rhett Lashley comes back to Miami. Half of their roster are former Miami players. Brashard Smith just retweeted a PFF grade of Mish Powell. It had his grades. They were terrible, of course, because I'm guessing most of the defensive grades were terrible, and he retweeted with an emoji. So it would be fun to play SMU in the ACC championship game. Now, we win that game, we're in the playoffs. And we're in the playoffs. Let's see what happens. Let's find out what happens toe-to-toe. So we lose this game, and you mean to tell me we go into a bye week where this team should be pissed off, and now the coaches can say, see, you played like this and you lost? Because I'm sure the coaches have been telling them they haven't been playing well defensively, but they've been winning it. So a piece of you may say, well, hey, we won. Well, now we know we got to be on our P's and Q's. There's no more room for error. There's no more room for error. Say it with me now. There's no more room for error. We still can go to the ACC championship game. We still can go to the playoffs. If there was ever a time to take a loss, because I go back to this, nobody thought Miami was going to go 13-0. 13-0 was very possible. It was possible, but it didn't happen. I'm not telling anybody not to be mad or upset. All I am asking, though, is to take a deep breath. Say it with me now. Miami is 9-1. Going into a bye week where they can prepare and get better. And players can get healthy. That's something that I missed too. We got a week to get healthy. Damari Brown possibly could come back. Elijah Austin, he's been missing. And a couple of our players have been dinged up. So I know it's doom and gloom time in the Miami Hurricane fan base. I know we're not going to be 13-0. I wanted it bad. But I also got to step back and say, hey, this is the playoff era. And it's not you lose one game and your season's over. It's you lose one game and how are you going to bounce back? Ole Miss lost one game to Kentucky. And they bounced back like a mother sucker and got a big win over Georgia this past weekend. I'm wondering how our Miami Hurricanes are going to bounce back. That first half versus Wake Forest should tell us a lot. But, hey, we're going into a bye week. We control our own destiny. We still can make the ACC championship. We still can make the playoffs. We still got the best player in college football in Cam Ward. Does not mean he's perfect. It does not mean he's perfect. But to me, the best player in college football in Cam Ward. And if you would have told me that before the season started, boy, I would have said, let's do it. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. If you would have told me, Grant, we're going to beat both of the Florida teams, we're going to be 9-1, and that one loss is going to be against Georgia Tech, I would say, damn, I hate losing to Georgia Tech, but 9-1 going into a bye against two teams that we should beat with a chance to go to the ACC championship, I like that. So, I don't know. I started rambling at the end, but I'm still excited for this season, man. And I felt like my conversations with a lot of Miami fans, some people seem so down and out, like the season is over. And I'm saying, look, the players got to bounce back. We got to bounce back, damn it. But this video don't mean shit if we lose to Wake Forest in a couple weeks. Let me know what you think, guys. I'm out. Peace. No more defeats.